how do you balance dedicating so much of your life and being so passionate for kids and helping all of these people with being a great husband, being a great father?
How do I balance it? I mean, it's not the easiest thing to balance, but when it's something that you live, it's kind of natural. You know what I'm saying? Because the same way I'm helping people outside of my house, I'm helping the kids inside of my house. So I can't be a hypocrite in that regard. You know what I'm saying? So I teach my kids, I talk to my kids, I teach them how to express themselves, I teach them to be themselves, I teach them to be leaders. You know what I'm saying? I teach them to just be themselves. And if don't nobody like it, you don't have to conform to what they think you should be. You are who you are. And what you want to do, what you want to experience, is yours. And you don't need no validation from nobody else. You know what I'm saying? You don't need any of that. And it's received well in my house. You know what I'm saying? For my kids, right? My 2 daughters, and also my wife. That's what keeps me going. So the balance is the constant practice of just being great. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm constantly working on myself, I'm constantly encouraging my wife to work on herself. I'm constantly encouraging my kids to work on themselves. They understand what the narrative is. We're trying to change that. So we're not focusing on those generational curses that cause us heartache and pain later on in life. We ain't focusing on that. We focusing on what can make us better. And we don't have to feel guilty about trying to be better. We don't have to feel guilty about so-called failing, because there's no such thing as a fail, right, or a loss, as long as you learn from that. And that's all I do. I don't punish my kids. They get consequences, but it's not a punishment, right? I explain things to them. You know, like Tristan the other day, we had a little incident where she thought, I forget exactly what it was, but I had to pull her aside and just explain to her, look, like, oh, okay, so I asked her to feed the dog. Feed the dog and put water in his plate. Well, that morning, that day, I kind of, woke up on the wrong side of the bed, so I was a little grouchy. So the way that I asked her, it wasn't in the most pleasant way, but she started to do it. She fed him. She gave him water, but in the midst of that, she asked me, can she give him a treat? So I like to teach them, look, there's steps that needs to happen. Do what I ask you to do, then you can do what you want to do. So when she asked, can she get a treat? I said, hey, what did I just ask you to do? She said, feed and give him water. Okay, I said, go ahead and do that. She did that, and then she left and went downstairs. I knew she had a little attitude, right? So I went down there just to look. She came down here in the man cave. I went just to look and say, I know I didn't just see what I thought I saw, did I? So she started smiling, but she knew I was serious. So then her demeanor started to shift. So when that happened, I asked her, did I just say attitude? And she came and started trying to explain that to me, right? And in the midst of explaining, she said, because her mom and her sister was here, she wanted to talk to me one-on-one. So she asked, can we talk about this somewhere else? So we went into the garage, we talked, and she was beating around the bush that the reason I left is because you woke up on the wrong side of the bed. You weren't yourself. You wasn't being the most pleasant. So I just wanted to get out of there. And that's basically what she was saying, but she was tiptoeing around it. So I asked her straight up. And she was just like, well, yeah, that's why I did it. But I didn't want to say that to you because I didn't want to be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to say it without being disrespectful. And I explained to her, you'll never, if I give you that floor to express yourself to me, say what you need to say. You're not going to get in trouble. And I explained to her, it's not a punishment, baby. I want you to learn from this, because I explained to her, right after you fix that food and that water, I was going to then let you do what you wanted to do as far as giving him that treat. You know what I'm saying? You can't jump over what I ask you to do just to do what you want to do. Just do what I asked you to do first, then I'll let you do whatever it is that you want to do. So, those are the type of conversations that I have, and the way that I discipline my kids, or not even discipline my kids, communicate. It's about effective communication to the kids. I want them to feel comfortable telling me anything. Daddy, you woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I ain't really feeling you right now, so I just want to get away from you. That's okay with me. I ain't tripping because I know I often wake up on the wrong side of the bed. It's the truth. I don't want her truth to be shitted on. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to invalidate her feelings or her emotions. I want to affirm them. and let her know, yeah, how you feeling is correct. Dad need to work on himself, but you also need to listen to what daddy and mommy tell you to do.